With love and peace, it's 101 Leafy, bringing you the final hour of Yo-kai Watch Wibble Wobble to brighten up your day. Today, we're going to take a look at the final hour of Yo-kai Watch Wibble Wobble. Unfortunately, Wibble Wobble is shutting down in 1 hour because it just didn't have enough players. We'll discuss the rest of the reasoning behind Wibble Wobble is shutting down, as well as our best memories throughout this stream. But I haven't even launched the game yet because I did want to showcase the opening just for archival purposes. Just for one last romp. It's really sad when online games shut down because people can't play them anymore. And that seems like a kind of people die when they are killed kind of thing. But there's more to it than that. This is a creation that tons of people have worked really hard on for the past 2 years. And now all of their work can't be experienced anymore in 1 hour. Obviously you can still play the Japanese version, but the translated version had its own work put into it, and not just in the translation, but in exclusive content for it. And even the Japanese version will shut down one day.
Yo-kai Watch Wibble Wobble.
I'm really sad about this. So there's the opening for you guys. There's the little voices. I always love that. Yo-kai Watch Wibble Wobble. It's great. We'll load up our file here. Shadow Mason, Louis Cartoony, B-Man Campos, Fluffy, Mario Odyssey, Neon Breeze Yan, PJ Gamer, Jackstar, Sponsor Manual, Spark, Stephen Lee, among others. JS, welcome back everybody. You can see the important notice. This is their announcement. We've had a wibbly wobbly adventure, but soon it will be time for us to say goodbye. As of April 2nd, 2018, all in-app purchases using real currency will be disabled. Don't worry, you can keep spinning the Crank-a-kai and developing your skills until May 31st, 2018. We hope you enjoyed playing the game. We certainly enjoyed creating it. Ignoring the comma splice there, that should be a semicolon. That was a very sweet message. What about my in-game currency? We encourage you to use all of your Y money in the game before the servers go offline on May 31st, 2018. What will happen to my game progress and all I've collected? You can still keep playing the game on your device until May 31st, 2018. So yes, the game is shutting down, but Yo-kai Watch as a whole certainly isn't. I will say, keep your heads up high. There's good stuff coming quite soon. So for the past 2 months, the special Oni Crank-a-kai has been going on. You can only crank SNSS rank Yokai. Every single everybody is in there. Just absolute craziness. For the login stamps, they're giving out 45,000 Y money every single day. So I guess we can crank that. This is so sad. It's like the meme where it's like, this is so sad. Can we hit 100 likes? Except it's actually sad. Wow, check out my team. Oh my god. This is the last team that I've used. This is the last team I've used lately. Is he maxed out? No, he's not. Alderbloom, Arachneville, as they localized Onigama for Wibble Wobble, Slurpent, Pink Emperor, Jibanyan Santa, Jibanyan Santa, exclusive to Puni Puni and WibWob. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll leave it up to you guys what we talk about, what we do, what you guys want to see last of. We have a mysterious orange. I forgot about that. A Wibble Wobble exclusive pass. We can't befriend him because I already maxed him out. We already have all the dialogue archived on my streams. Thankfully, I've archived a lot of this game through my streams. So any curious souls years from now will actually be able to explore a lot of it, which is really nice. Might as well use it. That'll be fun. Spark says kill him as WibWob shuts down. Okay, I like that. We'll do the battle last. What are the bags on the second item page, asked Blue. This was from one of the very first events, the Befriend a Boss event. You could pull these in the Crank-a-kai, then you could befriend the first 3 bosses by fighting them. And then you'd fuse them to make S-rank versions, and the bosses were exactly the same as 3 Legend Yokai, except they were different tribes and they were slightly weaker. Echo Atsume, Zferno, Anime Lucas, Zero, Magic Wolf, Fluffer Lover, Noah, B-Man. Great to see you guys. Might as well crank the guy. But don't worry, this is not the end for us. I am still streaming Puni Puni. We've got an amazing new Puni Puni stream coming tomorrow. We just pulled an SS rank, which is crazy. I mean SSS rank. Extreme Snartle. He's super crazy, super evil, and super cool. So if you like WibWob, we are continuing WibWob streams. It's just the Japanese version. But guess what? I know some Japanese, so it's all good over here. I can translate stuff for you guys, etc. So don't be afraid. If you're like, oh no, WibWob streams are ending, don't worry. We're still going to continue WibWob streams. I'll be speaking English. I'll be translating things. It's just the game itself won't be English, but that's no problem. We have an all-new event tomorrow about Yokai Watch Shadow Side. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sponsor Manual, Neon Toaster, who is never here. Jesus Christ. What's up, dude? Oh, the layout has the Puni logo. Oops. Sponsor Floon. Sponsor Blue Bomber. So, I guess what we'll start talking about here is a lot of people are asking why it's shutting down. Unfortunately, the game just didn't have enough viewers. I mean, it didn't have enough players. And why not go into detail about that? So, let's start off. Let's do chronological order. So first, WibWob launches. It launches in March 2016. This was the first mistake. This was the first mistake because of an extraneous condition. Level 5 is the one that licenses the Yo-kai Watch property to the developers NHN. While Level 5 does develop the mainline Yo-kai Watch games and the 3D, all of the console Yo-kai Watch games, so Busters and Yo-kai Watch 1 through 3, etc. The only one they didn't develop was Sangokshi. Level 5 develops all of the normal ones. However, they licensed the property out to developer NHN. Developer NHN also developed Disney Tsum Tsum, which I actually have on my home screen there. And because of Tsum Tsum, Level 5 allowed them to use the Yokai Watch property for a similar game. WibWob is a huge evolution of Tsum Tsum. I believe it's a much better game. So, NHN develops it for Japan, and they're super successful, etc. So they bring it over to America with the launch of Yokai Watch over here, and that was part of their plan. But the issue with that is, the base game of Wibble Wobble, included content from Yokai Watch 2. And that wouldn't normally be a problem. But Level 5 tells developer NHN, you guys actually aren't allowed to do any events or update with any yokai that are from Yokai Watch 2 or beyond, because at March 2016, we didn't have Yokai Watch 2. In fact, they hadn't even announced that Yokai Watch 2 was going to come out in the States. So Level 5 says you can't do any of that. Now, they do go ahead and do Dracunyan and Mystery Way, but that's just to start off the game. So, the game launches, we go a month without an event. The first event releases, and they botch it. It doesn't release correctly, they have to delay it by a day. And then we get the Dracunyan event. So, they give us the extension, etc. Not really a great... Thornyan, welcome back, wow. Not really a great start, but every game has a rocky start. A little issues with the servers, whatever. We've got the goodwill because they extended the event by a day when it was delayed by a day, so it all works out in the end. You complete some missions, you get a cool new yokai, Dracunyan. Perfect translation. Really cool. Then the first event comes out, Mystery Way. Mystery Way, again, based in Yokai Watch 2, but they're allowed to do it, I assume, just to start off the game. It's a cool event. You get 3 new maps, you get a new boss, and when you fight him, you get Crankakai coins, which were a big deal back then. So that was super fun. But, like I said earlier, Level 5 didn't allow NHN, as the licensor, Level 5 did not allow NHN to put in content with Yo-kai Watch 2 and beyond. So after that Mystery Way event, what did we have to look forward to? Well, checking the Japanese event schedule, nothing, really. Nothing. So NHN was at a loss for what to do. So, June goes by, we have no event. July comes, we get a new exclusive yokai for WibWob. He's pretty weak, but he's still good for beginners. It's interesting, but it goes on for far too long. All it is a few missions and login stamps they're treating like an event. There's really... It's nothing compared to what Puni was getting, so already, we've got 2 months of nothing when the game releases, and a month of nothing in April, really, though we had the Easter event, which was just more missions and cranks. Basically, the game got off to a super poor start because NHN wasn't allowed to put in the content that Puni did. Puni launched and they immediately had Bam Bam Bam, they had events with the new Yo-kai Watch movie, they had the Mystery Way event, they had Terror Time, they had all sorts of fun stuff. Then we finally get Terror Time in August, and they mess it up. It has a critical glitch. No, that was, the glitch was the Gargaros one, but they still mess it up, because they put in the Fruit Nyan instead of putting in the Momotaro Nyan, when the entire point of the event for the Nyan was the Momotaro Nyan, because you're fighting an Oni. So, they messed that up. And, that was the start of... I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I shouldn't just walk through every event, should I? That's boring. But to recap those first few months, you get an idea of the rocky start the game had, right? Plus a big deal, that's good Pufferfish, a big deal about the Orkanos event was if you befriended Orkanos, you'd get a medal sent to you in Japan. We didn't get that in America. So the event was botched in terms of content, and we didn't get the prize either. So just a very disappointing start for the game, everybody was hyped, and then they lose a lot of players from the disappointment. And then after that, we have these huge droughts. We have very little in September. We get the Yokai Watch 2 stuff at the end of September, but it releases the day that Yokai Watch 2 releases, instead of releasing prior to hype it up. Why would you release content for a mobile game the same day that the actual game releases? Obviously people are going to go play the actual game. Then it's just all Crankakai events, quote-unquote events, for the next 2 months. Nothing, except some stuff in the Crankakai. They're spreading the map content so thin, one map every 2 months. They actively kept making the events worse than Puni's, as Pigure says. There's nothing to play. By putting in crank events, they're asking you for money without giving you anything to play. No good. Then the Christmas event comes along. They mess that up too. They have a schedule, they don't follow it, they mess up the score attack rewards. I did sponsor Blue Bomber, but might as well go over it again. And then there are so many droughts, right? Just droughts and droughts and droughts. Welcome, Joshua Coop. And then finally, Level 5's like, screw it. So NHN is allowed to release the floodgates and put out that Yo-kai Watch 3 content in November. But at that point, it's too little too late. Because even when they put out the Yo-kai Watch 3 content, still messing it up, still inferior to Puni's. And it's just not for enough players. Thank you, Iceboy of Frizzleada, for subscribing for more Yo-kai Watch content. We have Puni Puni, the Japanese version, streaming even just tomorrow for the new Shadow Side event, so Wibble Wobble certainly isn't over on the channel. So basically it was two factors. The game started off poorly because it didn't have enough content. Then by the time it was allowed to have enough content, they had lost all the players that they could have had by starting the game off strong with content. So in my opinion, what would I have done? I would have just pushed the game back by 6 months. I want to say it wasn't a big deal, but obviously I have no idea what was going on. I'm not going to act ignorant. I'm not going to say that it wouldn't be a big deal to push the game back by 6 months. But that's what I would have done in a situation where I would get wherever I want, right? I am Leafy level 5, that is my first and last name, Leafy level 5. And they're like, Mr. Level 5, what would you do? And I'm like, push the game back 6 months. Get 6 months to develop more events, and then you can launch it with Yo-kai Watch 2, and then slam after a few weeks, or sorry, launch it to hype up Yo-kai Watch 2. Even put it out in August. And then, because by that time Yo-kai Watch 2 is announced, so you put it out in August, slam them with some Yo-kai Watch 2 maps every week, every couple weeks, give them a nice Yo-kai Watch 2 event. Maybe, there's evidence that they didn't even release it in Puni, but they were working on an event where you could befriend Ubaone's 3 Wicked Yokai, and you would fight her and stuff, and that would be an event. You could have launched it with something like that, bring that back from the dead. That would be nice. Hype up Yo-kai Watch 2, and then when the movie comes out, give us a proper movie event. Don't give us a Crank-a-kai event for the movie with garbage yokai that no one wants to pay for unless they don't know anything about the game and somehow think that B ranks are going to be good. What they should have done is they should have given us maps. They could have used that extra development time to develop a movie event, etc., etc. Right? And then, when you run dry of the Yo-kai Watch 2 content, guess what? Give us the Busters and Yo-kai Watch 3 stuff. Because the reality is, a game like this needs constant content to engage its players. So either delay the game until you're comfortable with that content coming out, or let NHN release that content on their own accord. Because now, here's the thing, now, Level 5 didn't, I assume, the reason why they didn't want to unsync WibWob's content with the other stuff is because they didn't want to mess up promotion, right? And they're like, oh, we don't want to reveal these yokai and these areas and these bosses until we're ready to for the mainline games, right? That's probably how it was. I mean, that is from what NHN told us a while ago, pretty much what it was. But then, now, they just dump all this crazy stuff on us in the course of a few months, from Busters with Made in Ruin, Busters T with Made in Ruin, to Busters with all the big bosses, to Yo-kai Watch 3 with even the bosses have been shown to us, and now it's like, you got Righteous Zazel and stuff from Skiaki? Like, they just dumped everything, and it's like, well, the entire point of why WibWob launched poorly has been made moot by the end of WibWob, right? Because if they just had that attitude from the start, it would have been great. But now it's like, not only did WibWob fail, but also, all of that was made moot. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's really sad. I feel really bad about that. P-Gray says, I'm done with gacha games. P-Gray, they suck me in. Every game on my home screen is a gacha game. Or, I guess not Gyarator Rhythm. But, in Layton. But Otome Yusha, also by level 5. Puni, Tsum Tsum, Detaste, Sangokshi. Even Pocket Camp has microtransactions. Skyward, welcome. Goldever, Taco, Golden Foxy, Thornyon, Zach, sponsored Day 12 Cone, Anime Lucas. So now that we've talked about why Wibble Wobble is ending, let's share our favorite memories. My favorite memory is streaming the countdown to the Gargaros event on my Twitch. On my Twitch to like 10 people. Staying up until 2 AM. And then the event glitching out and they have a 1 hour maintenance. Because they literally forgot to put Kirameki in the game. Because they were taking so long to put the actual content out. Because how it works is Kirameki premiered in the Flat Pot Plains map. And in Japan, the Flat Pot Plains map released before the Gargaros event. but they were taking so long to give us the maps that the Gargaros event released before the Flat Pot Plains map. So the content package that they were going to have us download, like the update for Flat Pot Plains, hadn't been released yet. So they gave us the default like package of stuff to the assets to download for the American game, and they didn't alter it, so they forgot to throw in Hirameki. So when you got to the hidden stage that he was on, because his name has the kanji for Oni in it, so it was like a pun. Oh, hey, he's in the Oni event. When you got to his stage and you tried to look at it, the game didn't have his asset, so it just crashed. Another good event, another good time, doing another Twitch stream to like 10 people, waiting for the countdown, thinking that we're getting a big event, and then Fruit Yan in the Crank. Woohoo! Think we'll see Busters at E3. Johnny, we know that Busters released in Korea in April. It credits Nintendo of America with helping out with it. We know the international versions of all the languages except Japanese, of course. All the other languages are based on an English translation. The Korean version of Busters that released in April credits Nintendo of America. Korea has a different anime dub than us. They use things like Koma-san saying Monge, yet the image assets in the credits, for example, have Oh My Swirls on them. The only reason why those assets would exist is if they had translated the game for America. Without a doubt, Busters is translated into English. I also made a video proving, without a doubt, that both Busters intro songs have been translated. And the only time that they would ever use those songs are in Busters. Those songs never appear in the anime. The only time they would use those songs are in the game. Exactly, Neon. The anime is based off the Japanese version. He says the games are a mix of Japanese and English, but they don't have Oh My Swirls, as far as I know. We know we're getting Busters. Absolutely. Don't even. They just delayed it for whatever reason. I think a summer release would be perfect. For fun fact, this is the longest into the year that we have gone without a Yo-kai Watch announcement. First year, we got Yo-kai Watch 1 coming. We learned that in April. Second year, Yo-kai Watch 2 coming. We learned that in May. Now it's the end of May. No Yo-kai Watch announcement. I am still of the opinion that level 5 and announcements are not doing too well in that dynamic. I think a little more fan interactivity would be appreciated. There needs to be some sort of source of engagement. But I guess that's not the topic for this stream. But it is sad. The last official, excluding WibWob, since that's... Okay, here's what we've gotten since Psychic Spectres released in September. We've gotten that WibWob is shutting down, and that the toys aren't releasing in America from now on. Those are the two things that have happened with Yo-kai Watch since Psychic Spectres released in America. Sponsor Floon, I love those posts, they're very cute. But that is true. I do love those posts, very cute. Speaking of level 5, I would like to give an enormous, big, incredibly heartfelt thank you to all my friends at level 5. They worked so hard on this game, guys. They worked so hard. Level 5 and NHN are two entirely separate entities. Level 5 cared about this game so much. They cared about you guys so much. They love you. And they will continue to work hard and love you guys on the mainline series. We've worked together in the past. We're going to continue working together in the future. Me and Level 5 and me rather. I'll be meeting up with Level 5 at E3. Obviously things aren't over, but I do want to thank them for all of their efforts. I think that it's... I don't want to be dramatic, but I think it's very sad that WibWob doesn't have any credits. Because I think they deserve to be credited. I won't say any names, obviously, for privacy reasons. But I do wish there were credits that credited them. Amazing, amazing people. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for reaching out to me, wanting to engage the community level 5. I think that's fantastic. And thank you for listening to our concerns and trying to get NHN to do things for us to make the game better. See a lot of people blaming level 5 for this. Makes me super sad. Incredibly sad. Don't do that, guys. Know the situation, that's why I explained this. Wonderful, wonderful company. And the description of every single Yo-kai Watch stream that I do in video will star at the bottom. Thanks level 5 for being awesome. Always stand by that. It's a good idea, Neon Breezion. He says before WibWob ends, you should take pictures of your yokai and their stats. Good idea. Screenshot my whole medallion. For the memories. That's a really good idea, thank you. Whoops. You know, US WibWob never got RoboMut. WibWob ends in 35 minutes. Favorite memory was getting Tomoshura, says JS. Oh yeah, that was a big deal back then. I got him during the Mystery Way event. Monster Spark says, currently I have all my favorite yokai on my team. I should set someone cute to the middle. Mr. Butters asks, will you live stream the next Kunitori Wars event? I might start doing some more Kunitori Wars. I don't know, I want to focus a lot on Tennis Aces and Puni. So, lots of competitive Mario Tennis Aces coming up, guys. I guess while we're on the topic of other things that I'm doing, teaser, upper right hand corner, stream. Good stuff coming. Good stuff coming soon. 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 Good stuff. I assure you. Let's put my boy. Who else are some of my favorites? No, we should do all Wibble Wobble exclusives. We should do, let's do, oh, we have to do Lib SS in the middle. Everyone should set their middle yokai to Liberty Nyan or Liberty Nyan SS. Oranyan for GOAT, of course. Mega Shogun King. The first Mega Yokai alongside Mega Oranyan. Skyward asks, what if I play EU? Mimero, EU. LMAO, dude. Nice. Do RoboMud in the middle. Because that's the only good thing about EU. Yokai Kokine, thank you for subscribing. P. Gray says, screenshot your records. Oh, that's a good idea. Date started 3/26/2016. How sad is that? Most damage inflicted 150,000 by Jimonyan Santa. Still to this day, most damage inflicted by Sproink S for Eerie is 7,000 damage. It's Hysterica. I know, Leafy's girlfriend, most HP heals. Eterna. Good catch, Neon. I always called you Leafy. Did they ever fix the Lord Edma medallion? I don't think they did. They're like, oh, we'll fix it in a future update, and they just never bothered. They're like, ah, screw it. Thanks for calling, P. Gray. Guys, I'm gonna do something that I've never done. I'm gonna send everyone on my friends list Spirit. I've done it before. I just pretty much never do. Nate, Sparks, Wibbly Zeldamon, Executive DJ, Wibbly Shade X, Sunsipo, welcome, Pokefan Ultra, Joshua, Super the OG, Wibbly Tepic, Jocelyn Kid, welcome, Sponsor Swirly Nate, Wibbly Cyclops, oh, let's unseal Spoilerina, Trek Hangs, what's up, Escoma Gamer, Hey Sydney, Sergeant Jace, Master Pokemans. Oh, I was gonna say sponsor Vespi, but you know how that is. Executive Noah. Sponsor Sparks, we did find out what happens if you unseal a Max Legend. You get 3,000 Y money. Someone did it before today, so I didn't bother. I was gonna do